As a kid, I'd save up my allowance and I'd go down to the magic shop and try to find a trick for my act. And the gentleman at the shop that owned the place would have me come up to the counter and he'd say, "Hey Glenn, come up here, I got a trick I want to show you." And he always knew where I was at, my capabilities with magic, and would show me something that he thought would work well for me. So I'm going to show you right now something that he showed me back then. And it goes like this. I might even tell you the secret as we go along, because that's what he used to do for me, once he knew that I understood the trick. So here's what he did. He said, "Come up to the counter, Glenn," and I did. And he said, "Over here in my right hand, I have a little black handkerchief." See, and he shook it like this. And I thought, okay, that's easy enough. And then he said, "I'm going to take the little black handkerchief, and I'm going to make a fist with my left hand, and I'm going to put it in like this." You saw the magician do this just a little while ago, didn't you? Okay, watch this. So he did this, and I thought, that's easy enough too, right? Anybody can do that. Pretty simple so far. He put it in his hand like this. He said, just like that. Now he said, now the magic happens. I reach in my pocket and get the secret here. It's the magic wiffle dust. He took a pinch of it, sprinkled it over his fist. You see it fluttering over there? And then he'd snap his fingers, and he said the magic words, "Presto changeo." And to my surprise, check this out, it turned into an egg. How about that? Huh? I thought that was really amazing as a kid looking up at him at the counter doing this. I thought, I got to have that. I want it. I was getting my wallet out, right? And he said, "Okay, now wait a minute. Hold on. You know, you got to practice. It's always key to practice, especially with magic. And a lot of times you want to do it in front of a mirror so you can see what's going on, right?" But he said, look, with this trick, though, you want to make sure there's not any mirrors behind you or anybody standing behind you, or they're going to be in on the secret. And let me show you what he meant by that. I'll turn around and show you. You guys see that? Yeah, there's a little hole in this egg. Pretty simple now once you know that, right? See? You get that at the magic shop and it works like that. But he said, no, not so fast. He said, let me explain to you though. There's a little more to it than that, because I thought, now I kind of get it, just like you do, right? It goes in the egg. But there's something called misdirection that he taught me that day. And he said, let me go through the trick one more time with you and show you the misdirection part of the trick, just so you completely understand. So he started at the beginning like this, at the counter, and he said, now here comes the misdirection. What he said was, in my right hand, I have a little handkerchief, and he shook it like this. Now, why do you shake it like this? So everybody looks over here, right? That's the misdirection. So I'm looking over there at his right hand, and he said, I'm going to stick it over here in the fist of my left hand. And he does this, right? Just like this. In it goes. Now everybody knows where it's going this time? Okay, that's right. In it goes, right? Okay. Now, what was the next step? Let's get the wiffle dust. Somebody said it right. He went and got the wiffle dust like this, just a pinch. You don't want to use too much of it. That's the most expensive part of the trick, is the wiffle dust. So you go like that, and there it goes. And then he snapped his finger. Presto changeo, right? And the egg. Now, it's not as exciting the second time because you know what's happening, right? Okay. But I asked him, I said, well, now, what happens if somebody does see the hole in the handkerchief? What if they see it? And he said, well, they won't, because you're going to practice, right, Glenn? And I said, well, yeah, I'll practice, but what if for one time they do see it? Then what are you going to do? What if they see that? Then what do you do? Well, he said, here's what you do. If you ever get caught like that, just snap your fingers twice, make one more magic pass, and then just do this, right in front of everybody. Peel the hole off, and just show everybody that's a real egg, like that.